Comparing the portraits of August Sander and Erna Lenvi Dirksen, it is understandable that one was not allowed to take portraits during the Führer's regime, while the work of the other was used as Nazi-Aryan propaganda. Both political photographers, as they capture the human condition, their content appears to be the same, but put in the context of post-World War I Germany, the contrast becomes striking. Sander's sociological project, Men of the 20th Century, states that people of all walks of life within German land represent Germany, no matter their background or state of health. His ideas were in direct contrast to Lenvi Dirksen. Her book, The Faces of the German People, while representing all vocations, is a collection of what the then current political state deemed beautiful and desirable for Aryan Germany. To compare the two photographers, I will show an equal number of images from both in an attempt to remove as much bias from the presentation of the topic as possible, along with an attempt at more similar photos. There is in reality a great difference in the photos in the context of the Big P political photography. The photos in each book represent the respective ideologies of each photographer, both in the individual images and as a collection. This is seen in several ways. 1. How much of each person is shown. 2. The poses and how the subject holds himself. And 3. The backdrop. Comparing the photos of old men, the photograph of the old man smoking a pipe and leaning on the wall by Sander shows a man in his environment. His pose is casual, but not fragile, hands together in a peaceful manner. The background has the same sharpness as the subject, which draws attention to his surroundings. It becomes obvious that this is almost as important as the old man in the image. Lenvi Dirksen's image of an old man with a pipe is up front and in your face, with his eyes staring directly into yours. Blue within blue eyes appear almost ghostly. Every feature and detail of his Aryan face of age is visible. In comparing these two photos, it is already apparent that the features of the subject are more important in Lenvi Dirksen's photos, while Sander's focus on the overall story. These old women are what come to mind when you think grandmother. Lenvi Dirksen's woman in a bonnet is separated from the viewer only by the brim of her hat. Absent are any blemishes caused by anything but time. Again, every feature and wrinkle on her face is visible, revealing the motive behind the photograph, documenting the expectation of age within the circles of the Aryan race. Even the plain studio backdrop seems to say that this woman is an example. Sander's woman is sitting in her garden with her beloved pet. Her pose is that of quiet dignity of age. Although the backdrop of the garden of earth is not completely in focus, it tells the viewer that she is connected to the physical aspect of Germany. The themes of Lenvi Dirksen and Sander's photos are the features of an Aryan face and the world the subjects participate in, respectively. Photos of both men are profiles. This provides an excellent means of comparing intent and content. Sander's Strassmann is profiled only because he is at work. After seeing his face, you are drawn into the world around him as he sits ready at his drawing board. Lenvi Dirksen's man is profiled as the subtle lighting accentuates the curves and angles of this blond man's face. This image tells the viewer nothing beyond what this man is wearing. There is only the shape of his nose, jawline, and ear to look at. The Nazi Party looked at all of these features when taking notes on Aryan perfection. Although both men's photographs show the angles and shapes of the face, there is more to Sander's photo than there is of Lenvi Dirksen's. Next are the women of Germany. This woman's angled face is softly lit, creating an angelic appeal. The lighting on her hair seems to create a halo. Her gaze is strong, which is reinforced by the shadows on her nose and jaw, which give her a clear-cut face. The lighting, soft edges, and dark backdrop bring attention to all the features on her countenance. Again, Lenvi Dirksen brings to the forefront the Aryan features displayed. The next photo of Sander's is also a profile, taken against the studio backdrop. Her upper body is in the frame, although her figure is mostly hidden by her dark dress. Her dress brings her face to focus and also on her hands. Because the photo is sharp, it aids the contrast set by the lighting. The shadows on her face are more distinct, even though she appears to be about the same age as the woman in the previous photo. The tilt of her face draws the viewer's eyes to the book, thereby taking your eyes away from her face. If not for her dark hair and necklace, this photo might as well have been taken by Lynvi Dirksen. It is her necklace, however, that adds a new element. It represents the story behind the image and draws your eyes to what cannot be seen. It is here that more than her features come to the photograph. Groups of family are important to the themes of both photographers because it shows more than one generation of Germany. The gender of the parent and child in both pictures does not matter in the analysis of the image. Both parents are smiling and proud of their children. Sander's image is taken from a distance at the home of a family, which provides context. Even with the old home and the disinterested baby, the woman is looking directly at the camera and smiling. The focus of the image puts the door frame and the woman on the same level and adds depth to the photo. Lynvi Dirksen's photo of the old man and his child is set with a lighter background and soft edges, which draws the viewer's gaze to the subjects. The father's hair is darker, and the shadows on his face show the lines of his nose, cheeks, and eyes. His arm also brings your eyes back to his face. The shining light on the boy's face and his colorful cheeks bring forth the seraphic look upon his countenance. This lighting draws you directly to his eyes and his nose. Again, Sander's subjects and their backgrounds suggest that there might be more to German people than just their physical attributes. Most importantly are the children, for they are the future of the fatherland. The picture of the brother and his sister is not as personal as Lynvi Dirksen's other photos. This is because the pair is side by side, rather than stacked like the father-son pair. Their eyes are not on the camera, which is an additive effect. Even though the children's hair and clothes are ruffled and dirty, the viewer's eyes are still drawn to their similar faces, especially with the dark studio background. The two girls and their older brother appear to be children that Lynvi Dirksen might have even chosen. However, their placement in a field of daisies and their side-by-side positioning place them directly in Germany. Their interaction with the fatherland is apparent by the state of their clothes and hands.
The meadow is summery warm, the stag in the forest runs free, but gather together to greet the storm. Tomorrow belongs to me.